That year's forever. Same old, same old. But what was so funny is I was born, as my mom said, I was big bone, which meant I was fat. And I used to have that speech impediment where I couldn't put a sentence together. So for 4 years of my life, I never really spoke in a classroom. For 4 years of my life, I never really went out for a recess because I was beat up all the time. But God was getting me ready. He was getting me ready because what he did is got me working out that I got a scholarship to go to the University of Georgia. And then he was getting me ready because I got a chance to win a Heisman Trophy. And then he was getting me ready because I got a chance to be on the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. And think about it. There's no snow here in Georgia, and I made the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. But God knew then, he said, wait, that's not enough because he got to get me ready because I'm getting ready to put him up against a wolf in sheep's clothing. He knew that he was going to put me up against this wolf in sheep's clothing, and he said, I got to work him. So what he did then, they came up and said, listen to this, I never drank before in my life. Never tasted beer. Never taken a drug, don't even take medicine, but they told me I had a mental problem. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, how do Herschel Walker have a mental problem? I'm talking about myself in third person, but I know that. So I went to this hospital, and I remember sitting in this hospital, and I go, whoa, these people here are crazy. These people here are crazy. I'm not like them. And then the Lord showed me that we all fall short of the glory of God. Amen. And I started working me, so he was molding me, getting me ready, and then he brought me back out. So he redeemed me, and he washed me in his blood. And when he brought me back out, he said, now you're ready to take him on. So all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you what happened, though. This is what happened. I'm going to tell you this little story. What happened was, it was like this man that died early in life. He died early in life, and when he got to heaven, St. Peter met him at the pearly gates. And St. Peter said, sir, you're here a little bit early right now, that your name ain't on the roll. Oh. But you're the only one in history that's going to get an opportunity to decide where you want to go. So I'm going to take you to heaven and I'm going to take you to hell, and you get to determine what you want to be. So he puts him in his elevator and he sends him all the way down to hell, and the doors open up and there's a party going on. He sees some of his friends down there and he's having a great time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, sir, are you ready to go? He said, I have to leave now? He said, yes, you got a decision to make. This is one of the most important decisions in your life. So he puts him in his elevator, sends him all the way up to heaven. They get to heaven and there's people floating around on clouds, having a good time, just talking. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, have you made your mind up? And the guy goes, well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this, I think I want to go to hell. So I want to go to hell. That seems like my type of place. So St. Peter said, are you sure? He said, yeah. So St. Peter puts him in his elevator, sends him all the way back down to hell now. And the doors open up and it's hot. People are miserable. People are crying. And the guy said, wait a minute. A couple of hours ago when I was here, there was a party going on. Satan shows up and said, a couple of hours ago, I was campaigning. And that's what I'm telling you right now. The guy I'm running against, Senator Warnock, the people out there telling you on the left is campaigning right now. They're telling you this is a new normal. But God prepared me to tell you this is not the new normal. I hope y'all saw that debate not long ago. Y'all saw that debate. The new normal was that he should have recognized that he was going up against a warrior. He wasn't going up against no politician. And he should have known it when he stepped on stage with me. Because I told him, I said, your reckoning is coming, sir. You better get ready for this. And I don't think he was ready at that time. And now you see what happened to him just the other day on an open mic. Y'all saw Chuck Schumer. Y'all saw the President Joe Biden talking about him behind his back. And I told him, I said, sir, I told you they were going to do you like this. All they wanted was your vote, because I'm going to tell you something he didn't told you yet. That was this rail system that he gave to Chuck Schumer. It was almost $1 billion that he could have got from Marietta, but because he was wanting to kiss up to Chuck Schumer, he gave it to Chuck Schumer. Now Chuck Schumer talking about his bike, saying that he was going to lose now. He knew he was going to lose before. He should not even listen to Chuck Schumer and gave us that job. But he didn't give it to us. He gave it to Chuck Schumer. Quit kissing up to those other people, Senator. You need to get back to Georgia and do what's right for the Georgia people. Because what he's been doing Because every vote that has come up, he's voted against the people of Georgia, because that's the reason. Y'all seen this about defund the police? Yeah. Is that not a dumb idea, defund the police? Wait. I can't say dumb because that's not politically correct. That is a stupid idea. You can't defund the police. Whoever came up with defund the police. Our men and women right now, the recruitment is down. The morale is down only because the guy I'm running against have called our men and women in blue thugs and bullies. Like that, we don't need criminals. We criminals are criminals. That's the reason they're called criminals. But in our book today, the people we're running against trying to tell you this is a new normal. They don't know the definition of a criminal. A criminal is someone that breaks the law, but yet they don't even know the definition of a woman, but it's in the Bible. A woman, it is a man and a woman. I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to get this straight too. A man can't get pregnant. Get it out of your mind. We need to get back to what is real. What is real is we got to get people in Washington that's going to do the right thing for the people that elected them to go there. And the man I'm running against, calling them thugs and bullies. I tell you what, I'm going to support our men and women in blue, because we got to support them. So let's get behind them, because right now, and then this is another thing he's doing. Another thing, he's believing no cash bail. Can you believe that? No cash bail. Don't hold people accountable and letting prisoners out of jail. That means we're going to become prisoners in our own home. That's right. All the people running free is going to be the prisoner. Not on my watch. It ain't going to happen. Not on my watch. Y'all thinking I'm not ready to run. I was ready to run, and God was molding me as that little kid. He was getting me ready, and now I'm ready to go. You saw in the debate, I told him, I said, sir, you got to quit using these Bible verses trying to get through your way. You can't use them on me, because my father told me about those slick talkers. He told me about those people that speak like you, that dress so nice, but they don't stand up for what is right. I'm ready to stand up for what is right. What is right is we can't be bringing pronouns in our military. The greatest fighting force ever assembling in the world today, we're bringing pronouns. What the heck is a pronoun? I'm like, I'm tired. My pronoun is sick and tired of these pronouns. Because right now, these pronouns are going to get our men and women in the service killed. Right. Let me tell you, China and Russia and Iran are talking about no pronouns. They're talking about war, and yet we're talking about pronouns. What we got to do is get behind our men and women in service. We got to get behind them and support them. Because let me tell you this, because they've told us many times there's peace through strength, but yet Senator Warnock and Joe Biden are talking about weakness. Y'all saw what happened in Afghanistan. You don't think every leader looking at them saying they look pretty weak, and Senator Warnock trying to distance himself now from Joe Biden? He voted with him 96% of the time. And what that means, you either like Joe Biden or you have no clue of what you're doing. You pick which one you want to decide, sir. Pick which one, because you got to decide on one. But yet, he was at that debate. He didn't even want to talk at certain time. You saw he became Scooby-Doo. Y'all saw that, didn't you? They would ask him a question and he go, oh no. And I'm like, yeah, that's him. Now we got him now, don't we? We have him now. And then all of a sudden, this economy. You see this economy the way it is. And they say, oh, Herschel don't want to talk politics. I'm going to tell y'all about politics real quick. Everyone should know this is easy. When you have an enemy, he calls enemy. Enemies don't like you. So why are we giving our energy to our enemies to do for us when we can do it here for ourselves? Because we got weak leaders in Washington that are kissing up to other people. Well, Herschel Walker don't dance and sing for nobody. I never have and never will. Because right now, I represent the great people of Georgia. I don't represent New York. That seems to be who Raphael Warnock represents in New York. I don't represent California. That seems to be who he represents, because that's where most of his donor money comes from. And I'm telling you, he may raise more money, but he can't get more votes. We give him more votes and we get him out of office. Because I'm telling you right now, I told him, I said, sir, you know that your problem you've been having your bike bent. So Joe Biden and Raphael Warnock, you having Joe Biden to ride your bike. Get that saddle off your bike and straighten your bike up so you can do what's right for the people of Georgia. They voted you in. Joe Biden didn't even like you. You didn't know that, did you? He didn't even know that. And I'm telling them right now, they're talking about you, Senator, behind your bike. They telling you that Herschel is beating you. And I want y'all to know this. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that, because what they're doing, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to take you down in that elevator. Because let me tell you this here. It's just like in a football game. Just because you get a little bit of a lead, don't take your hand off the accelerator. We got to put them out. We got to get them out, because if we start thinking like, hey, you know what? Herschel is winning, so I'm not going to go vote. That's what they're trying to get you to do. No, I want to tell you, We got to make sure that they are beat and they're gone home. I told them the other day, I want the door to hit him in the backside as he leaves the room, because that seat don't belong to him. That seat belongs to the people. And you haven't done right by the people yet. So that's what I've been telling him. It is time that we get warriors in Washington that's going to do the right thing.
That's right.
The right thing is this is a good country. The right thing is this American flag is the greatest flag that's ever been. But yet, we've got people that want to kneel and sit and all that. And I said, wait a minute. When my father told me no, he meant no. And then when I got too big for my britches, and he said, boy, if you don't like the rules underneath my roof, you leave my house. Maybe it's time for us to get leaders in Washington and say, if you don't like this country, leave this country. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to stay here. That's what you need right now. You need these warriors that are going to speak the truth. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I told you, if you got another country that you think is better, go there. We don't care if they'll take you. They got to take you, though. But what we got to do is secure our border. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about everything else. They even brought abortion up in the debate. Did y'all see that? He brought abortion up thinking he can get me with abortion. I'm like, wait a minute. Now, let me think about this for a moment. He said, you know what? The hospital room is too crowded for a doctor, a patient, and the government. And I said, sir, don't you realize there's a baby in that room too? And I'm going to speak for the baby. I want to speak for the baby. And then I threw something else on that he didn't understand. I said, and you trying to fool us because you've been trying to do it your whole time since you've been in office. You're that trickster, aren't you? Because now you want the government to come back in the room and pay for it. So he wants you to pay for it, but he don't want you in the room. And like, hey, he's just spending your money. He like to spend somebody else's money. He got good at doing that, but let me tell you the reason he's not good at it, because he spent almost $60 something million against me. Can you believe that? And the race is either tied or we're in the lead, so that means he don't even know how to spend his own money. So why is he spending your money? So I'm telling you right now, people, they're trying to get a new leadership in Washington, and that's Herschel Walker. Y'all know that. And they said it early on. They said if you got some friends, tell your friends to go out and vote. If you don't have no friends, make some friends and tell them to go out and vote. And we got to change this system, because in 2 short years, y'all see where we're at today. You see where we're at today. And you think we can take 6 more years of this? And they're lying to you. They're lying to you, trying to take you down in that elevator and tell you this is a new normal. This is not the new normal. We can do better. And they telling you we're racist people. Y'all know that we're racist people. I said, sir, in my Bible I read. In the Bible that I read, I'm not sure if he reading the same Bible, because I called him a Marxist the other day. People got mad. I'm like, don't get mad at me. That's the definition of a Marxist. When you want to abolish the police, you want to abolish the court system, you don't believe in the family unit, to me, that's a Marxist. You tell me what it is. I know the definition of words and stuff. Recession, we are in a recession. And it's their fault. It's not my fault. It's their fault because you voted for it. But yet, I'm looking at this here thinking, sir, you got to get your priorities straight. The way you get your priorities straight, you got to love the Lord Jesus Christ. That's the reason God put me here. Put God first and follow him. Just like my offensive lineman used to tell me, Herschel, you follow me, I'm going to take you to the promised land. So I'm going to tell all you, vote for me, I'm going to help us get to the promised land. Because that's how we're going to get there. We're going to get there together. And as he's trying to separate the people through color, he's in a church of one of the greatest black leaders ever lived, named Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King says, not the color of your skin, but the content of your character. But all he talks about is the color of your skin. And I, sir, have you looked in the Bible? Have you looked in the Bible? Had God anytime talked about the color of anybody's skin? No, he hasn't. All he talks about is your heart, though. He talks about the heart. And he talks about how can you ask me to forgive you if you can't forgive your fellow brother? He don't want to forgive nobody, does he? He don't believe in redemption. But he's a pastor. So what? He's a minister. He's a pastor. He's a senator. He ain't done good at either one of them yet. So I'm saying, sir, it's time for you. Time for you to get back in the cooker and let God work on you, because God can do some amazing things. He's done it to me, and he can do it to you too. But what I'm trying to tell you right here, we got to come together. Because we're not black, we're not white, we're Georgians. We're not black, we're not white, we're Americans. So that's what we got to get back to, being Americans, thinking about this flag, thinking about the Constitution, thinking about each other. Because in the book I read, the greatest book ever written called the Holy Bible, it said a house divided cannot stand. So why is he trying to divide us? Do you not realize we got to come together? And we can get this done together, people. And that's what we got to do. We got to bring people together so we can get it.